Hello and welcome. Golden Era here with your Golden Wrestling Convo with your results and somewhat of a review for Dominion. First match on the card, we saw Hiroyoshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima and Manabu Nikanaishi defeat Jay White, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson. As I stated yesterday, Jay White is going for an excursion or coming on an excursion to ROH. Hopefully when he gets back to New Japan, he gets to wear something other than black trunks. That is how they treat their rookies in New Japan. No gimmick, no personality, black trunks when you're first starting out. So Jay White will be coming to ROH. Hopefully he shows us how good that New Japan dojo trained them out to be. You know, how good they showed him the art and whatnot. Then we had the Bullet Club of Bad Luck Fale, Yujiro Takahashi, and Hangman Adam Page defeat Togi Makabe, Yoshitatsu, and Captain New Japan. Didn't watch this one. Didn't even see highlights of this one. I'm pretty sure it was your standard match, probably a 2.5. Bullet Club winning big here. Then we had Chaos, the team of Yoshihashi and Tomohiro Ishii defeat Los Ingobernables de Japón, which was the team of Sanada and Bushi. I'm pretty sure this was good. Again, I didn't even see highlights of it, but I would guess it was probably like a 2.75 or a 3. I don't think it was exceptional or great or anything like that, but I think it was good. Then we had Hiroki Goto versus Evil. Now, I didn't get to watch this match. I was asleep during it, but I did just finish watching some highlights, and it looked really good. Excuse me. I saw their match a few months ago. I think it may have been at New Beginning or maybe in Osaka. I'm not sure where I saw their match, but I saw them have a match in which Evil won, which really surprised me. However, this time, Hiroki Goto won. From what I saw, the highlights, it looked really good, really snug. Lots of clotheslines, lots of innovative moves. They had this spot where Evil put a chair around the neck of Goto and then hit that chair with another chair. It looked sick. From what I saw, the highlights, it looked like a 4.5, maybe even higher. It looked really good. Unfortunately, I only saw highlights. I don't know how the match was paced. I don't know if there was a lot of rest spots or anything like that. But what I saw from the highlights, it looked legitimately good. Then we had the Young Bucks defeating and keeping their championships, or perhaps they became champions. I'm not sure. But the Young Bucks defeated Matt Sydal and Ricochet, Reed Dragon, and Roppongi Vice. Now, this match surprised me when I watched the highlights just now. I expected it to have a lot of high flying to the outside and a lot of crazy spots, similar to the Wrestle Kingdom 10 match. From what I saw, it seems that this was a more of a battle royal type match. So, being thrown over the top rope, men elimination, which was really interesting because judging by the highlights, it looked like they pulled it off. It looked like they had a great, fantastic match. Ricochet sold the fuck out of not wanting to be eliminated over the top rope. This match really brought a smile to my face. It looked good. It was fun, you know what I mean? And that's the thing about the match at Wrestle Kingdom 10 as well. A lot of people say, oh, these matches have no psychology, and they don't take themselves serious, and blah, blah, blah. But personally, the shit is fun. It was fun. The last match at Wrestle Kingdom 10 was fun. This match, it looked fun. You know, it made me smile. It made me laugh. It was fun. And there's nothing wrong with having a fun match here and there. And I thought this match was a lot of fun. You know, judging by the highlights, it's probably like a 4.5, maybe a 4.25. I think it's the match that I had the most fun watching. You know, I didn't get to watch the full match, but I did watch the highlights, and I had fun watching the highlights. I laughed. It brought a smile to my face, and it was a lot of fun. You could tell that those guys are having fun out there, and that translates to the viewer. You know, I was able to have fun watching them have fun. So yeah, I'd give it like a 4.25, 4.5, judging strictly off the highlights. Like I said, I need to actually watch the matches. That's why this is somewhat of a review, not a real review. I will be putting the highlights down in the description. Feel free to watch them. But yeah, that match was a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching the highlights to that one. And then Kushida defeated Will Ospreay, which looked amazing. It looked exceptional. Judging by the highlights, it looked like this match was exceptional. I woke up just in time to see the finish, which was Will Ospreay hitting a red arrow and then going for his springboard RKO, only to be countered into an armbar Fujiwara, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what kind of armbar it was, but the armbar looked really painful. Judging by what I just saw in the highlights, I think it's up there. It's got to be one of those really high up there, 4.75, 5 stars. It looked amazing. Match of the year candidate. You know what I mean? Will Ospreay is really hitting on all cylinders right now. That match was very fluid. It looked very good, judging by the highlights. A few spots that I thought were a little off, but nothing too major. Probably like a 4.75 or a 4.5 is more legit. But if we were to do like the 20 best matches of the year, this has to be on there, I think. I think it was a great match. It was a lot of fun as well. The technical aspect of it, the storytelling, the psychology on Kushida's part was on point. Unfortunately, like I said, I've only seen highlights. I'd have to watch the real match to really judge it. But I think it was a pretty good match. I would guess around 4.5, 4.75. The Briscoes defeated the Gorillas of Destiny to become the new IWGP Tag Team Champions. I'm very proud of the Briscoe brothers. I've been a fan of theirs for quite some time, going on like 10 years. So I'm happy that they won a major championship. I'm not a fan of their gimmick, and I'm not a fan of their tweets, and I'm unsure if that's how they really feel about their tweets or if it's the gimmick and whatnot. But honestly, I don't give a fuck. You know, as far as them being in the ring and, you know, their sports work and their acting skills when they're doing promos, they're really, really good. So I'm happy that they won a championship. I think the match was decent. You know what I mean? I think it got like maybe 10 minutes. I mean, it was nothing over the top, but it was a solid 3 stars. You know what I mean? Definitely the cool down match. A lot of the fans in the chat were saying, you know, piss break match. This is to calm you down after the big matches, which of course were the junior heavyweight tag matches and the junior heavyweight championship match. And I'd have to agree. You know what I mean? I just finished giving like the last 3 matches, you know, 4s and higher, and I think this match was like a 3, maybe a 3.5. It was good. It was really good. It was just really short. But I'm really happy that the Briscoes won. I think they deserved the IWGP championships. Mark was putting over the prestigiousness, the prestige that came with being the IWGP champions. So I'm guessing they care about it, and that's good for them. There's a lot of prestige, and those championships are prestigious. My bad. I had to say it correctly. It was bothering me that he said it incorrectly in the promo. I'm sorry. I'm a nerd. But yeah, good for the Briscoes. Very happy that, you know, they won the tag team championships. I thought it was a good match. I'd give it 3.5. Shibata defeated Yuji Nagata, and I was awake for this one. I was also awake for the Briscoes. I woke up, like I said, near the end of the Ospreay match. Shibata defeated Yuji Nagata for the Never Openweight Championship. I was wide awake for this one. Now, watching it live, I thought it was a great match. There was very little that I could nitpick that I didn't like about it. I would have liked it to gone on a little bit longer, maybe have some more suplexes, you know. But then you run the risk of having the match be exactly the same as Shibata versus Ishii. Although there was similarities to Shibata versus Ishii, and that's not a bad thing, because Shibata versus Ishii is the shit, you know what I mean? And it's like one of my favorite matches of the last 5 years. So I thought this match was good. When I watched it live, I thought to myself 4.5, 4.75. Watching the highlights, it looked like a 5-star. It looked amazing. The highlights made it look like $1 million. Now, I'm not sure if that's because I'm more awake now, and maybe, you know, when I was awake at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I was being more harsh and more judgmental. But when I watched it live, I thought it was about a 4.5. So I'm going to say it's about a 4.5. However, the highlights made it seem like a 5. But I would say it was about a 4.5 when I watched it incomplete. Michael Elgin defeated Kenny Omega to win the IWGP Intercontinental Championship in one of the first ever ladder matches in Japan. I believe it's the second ladder match they've ever had in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Amazing match. Amazing match. When I watched it live, I thought it was spectacular. There was a lot of spots I really enjoyed. There was a lot of shenanigans, however. They told the story of Adam Page coming out and the Bullet Club coming out, and then, you know, Captain Fook in New Japan came out, and like all of this New Japan versus Bullet Club stuff came to a head in this match. But if you get rid of that stuff, if you get rid of the shenanigans and you just look at the spots that Elgin and Omega did, then it's a fantastic match. It's almost exceptional. It was really great. The fans were so into it. I think I heard a girl from the audience yell, "Don't get injured!" Like, they were legitimately worried, and you could understand why, because they don't get that many ladder matches out there. So it was really good. They went through a bunch of ladders. Some tables didn't break. There were some really ugly spots. There was a superplex off the top of the ladder, which looked amazing. Kenny Omega fell off the top of like the largest ladder to the outside to a bunch of guys standing there to, you know, try to catch him or whatever. It was epic. It was a great match. I highly recommend it. But I can't rate it too highly because, like, the Bullet Club came out and then the Young Bucks came out and they did this thing where the Young Bucks were under the ring at the beginning of the match, which I thought was hilarious. That was really funny. Red Shoes is the best referee in the world, probably. The guy's awesome. Anyway, the Young Bucks came out and they like handcuffed Michael Elgin to the ropes or whatever, and then he showed off his strength because he ripped the handcuffs off or whatever. And I was like, man, that's just kind of cheesy to me. You know what I mean? It's cool. It gets the point across that he's really strong or whatever. But it just felt a little cheesy. You know, it's just an opinion. So yeah, I'd probably give it like a 4.5, having watched it live. With that said, the highlights made it look like $100. It made it look like a 4.75 or a 5. The highlights made it look really good. Having watched it live, I feel like it was a 4.5, maybe a 4.75. But the highlights, if you watch the highlights that I'm going to link down below, hopefully they're still there and they won't get taken down. It looked like an amazing match. It was an amazing match. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you put this in the match of the year candidate. Great match. And then we had Kazuchika Okada defeating Tetsuya Naito and becoming the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. I have to say that this match was really good. From what I saw in the highlights. From what I saw in the highlights, I have to say that it was exceptional. Unfortunately, I was awake at this time, but my stream started dying out on me. Which, hey, it happens, you know what I mean? I should buy New Japan World. Unfortunately, I'm broke right now. I need a job. Please hire me. If you're watching this and I've applied to work for you, please hire me. Anyway, this match looked great. I saw the highlights of it. I thought it was exceptional. Judging by the highlights, it looks like a 5-star match. Naito took this sick bump after a lariat, which I'm surprised didn't fucking kill him, to be quite honest with you. He landed right on his fucking neck. It looked disgusting. There was a lot of running drop kicks on the ramp, which put over the event and the venue. There was a reversal to the Rainmaker into the Destino, which then got reversed again into the Rainmaker. I think he hit Naito with like 3 Rainmakers. It was sick. It was a great match. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 4.75 or a 5. I really enjoyed this match, judging by the highlights. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it as it happened, so I can't correctly rate this one. So overall, judging by the highlights and the matches that I did see, I felt like this was an amazing show. Money in the Bank has a lot to live up to now. I wish I got to see the full thing. Unfortunately, I did not. Hopefully, I'll be able to find it sometime in the future. Till then, peace. Thank you for watching.